Breanna Murphy, and this is my pet peeve persuasive speech for my oral communication class. It's about bullying, and I hope that you enjoy it. Have you ever been bullied? Have you ever been a bully? Chances are, if you went to high school or middle school, you've been on either side of this. And this probably looked a lot like your daily experience. At the bus stop, going into school, you'd be faced with the bullies throughout the day, and it would be torture. Bullying is an epidemic that has affected many of our school children today, and most recently in Florida with the school shooting. My plan is so many kids are afraid to speak up or speak out about being bullied that we need to create an environment where they feel like they have a platform and people to go to feel supportive so that they don't have to live in fear of retaliation from these bullies. I have come up with 5 different solutions, 3 of which is to increase the effect of the bystander effect. Kids need to feel like they're not all alone and that people might intervene if they see something, they'll do something, or say something to help them. The school community needs to be more educated on these issues and learn how to deal with it between their faculty, their teachers, and inform the families of what is going on. The third point is support groups. Both online and in person can be very helpful and effective for helping children who are being bullied to find people that relate to what they're going through. Because sticks and stones may break bones, but words hurt. And a lot of these things are things that kids who are being bullied are faced with hearing every single day of their life. Statistics in bullying show 17.6% of bullying that goes on is pretty much verbal. So next highest percentage is cyberbullying, which is at 9%, and spreading rumors, which is mostly effective in middle school and high school girls, is at 16%. Actually, I'm sorry. 28% of school children, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, are bullied in the world today. In public school, mostly. 1 in 3 children in public school is affected by bullying. Mostly shocking is 87% of the bystanders are witness to this and do nothing to help out their fellow students. 83% of people who are bullied online are bullied in person as well. And 84% of those who bully children online are bullies in real life as well. Cyberbullying, though people don't realize, is just as hurtful as being shoved in a hallway, because words hurt. The next thing that I want to talk about is my own personal first-hand experience with being bullied. It started when I was 12 years old, and I was dealing with my own personal problems of having an eating disorder. I dropped down to about 50 pounds, and there were a bunch of girls that were my own age, about 5 of them, and they would love to just torment me and call me Twig and a skeleton and make me feel even worse about my freaky stature. The hardest part was I never felt like I could walk down the street. I couldn't go to the mall. I couldn't do half the things that I used to enjoy doing because of these girls. They made my life a living nightmare. And I thought as we got older, things would get better. But it turned out that was actually the opposite of what happened. One day when I was 15, I was just biking in the park, minding my own business, trying to stay away from them. And then 2 of the girls decided that it would be really funny to get the one boy they were with, trying to impress, to throw something like the size of a baseball, or was a rock, at my bike. Thankfully, unlike some kids today, it didn't hit me, and I was fine. But what happened after the fact is the reason that most kids today are scared to stand up and fear of retaliation. After I tried to get these said kids in trouble in the park for attempting to throw a pretty big rock at my head, all they did was make my life even worse. I was dealt with cyberbullying, where they threatened to beat me up, and I felt as though I couldn't leave my own house because of these girls. They made my life horrible. I became a goth and really reclusive, and I got depressed and anxiety, and I think that is horrible that any child today has to go through anything similar to what I had to go through. StopBullying.com says that psychological effects that are affecting those who are bullied right now are the same as the ones that I dealt with. Depression, anxiety, a lot of this leads to truancy. They don't want to go to school, and who can blame them when this is the kind of things they have to put up with. Every 7 minutes a child is bullied. That is horrible. That is in the United States today, and has to stop. The 5 solutions that I have come up with that I spoke briefly about earlier, I believe could help put a stop to bullying in general. The first, which is most priority, is within the school community itself. Teachers, the principals, school nurses, guidance counselors, if they see something, they need to do something about it. They need to inform the parents and families what is going on within the school. And it's been shown by stopbullying.com.gov that zero tolerance is not working because they don't know how to control this many children with this little amount of faculty. The second big one is the bystander effect, which I talked about earlier. 87% of peers will just stand there and watch their fellow students get beat up without doing anything. If they intervene, if they see something, they should do something. They should feel comfortable enough to go to the faculty and not have to be worryful of the retaliation. The third most important one is that, again, the parents need to get involved. They need to be told by the school what is happening and look for the warning signs of their children so that they don't have to deal with all the depressive and reclusive things that those children are going through. Another part from my research that I found is that a lot of bullied children don't feel comfortable talking with their parents. They feel comfortable speaking with another adult because it's not their parent. So guidance counselors have been found to be effective. The fourth thing that I have found most helpful in my experience is support groups. Both online, you can go with chat, blog communities, and get to talk to other people who are going through similar things if you don't feel comfortable. There are also support groups in person for the youth. There's tons of groups. It's great programs. And the fifth and final one is we have to keep up with the anti-bullying campaign. It has to be online. It has to be everywhere that you possibly can put it because bullying should be a zero tolerance thing. And unfortunately today, they haven't been able to do that. This is something that I'm very passionate about, considering that I've had to deal with it firsthand. And I hope that we can all create an environment that children don't have to fear repercussions for being the victim of something. And yes, words do hurt, and we need to make sure that everyone stands together because it takes a village. Not one person is going to effectively end bullying by themselves. We all have to band together. And I hope that with the use of these 5 solutions that I have come up with, that maybe we can do. How long was that?